live?
We are live right the fuck now.
Alright, excellent. I'm gonna retweet it on my dead Twitter that I exclusively at this point use to advertise I Am Game streams.
What else really matters but that? Let's be real.
I mean, if it's gonna still exist, it might as well push nonsense to its 26k inactive followers. Oh, we should probably fix our weird ass camera angle.
Is it fucked again?
It's just like weird.
Like that.
I can't tell you. You have more current feedback.
It looks normal now to me.
Yeah, you might have to angle it more towards yourself a little bit. Might have been a lot, but I'm not sure.
Whatever. Nobody looks at me anyway.
Alright. I don't know if anybody's here, but you're watching I Am Games, the most on-brand stream on twitch.tv. Tom didn't say it with me this time.
Well, I don't know. IamGames.exe took over the normal announcement.
IamGames.fun.
The URL doesn't lie. You will have tons of fun on this stream.
Stream Elements did its thing, even though we're still not actually using it. That thing tells us how much money we made in the stream in an email later. Did you know that? I get an email from Stream Elements that's like, hey, here's what money you made.
You all heard it. We can judge your dedication to the stream on an episode-by-episode basis. Bring your A game or we will know.
Currently we have 4 viewers.
4?
4. You gotta retweet that tweet, dog.
Nobody's
watching yet.
It's not there. I'm gonna go super ham. I'm gonna go on the Market How Do Twitter with its 44 followers. I'm gonna retweet it on there.
Oh shit, dog! It's getting real.
This is how you know. This is how you know.
Yeah, man, that tweet is popping from all the retweets you and I gave it. Tazzle Spa says, glad to be one of 4.
You're 25% of our audience.
Yeah.
Man, we're not following any accounts on I Am Games. We need to follow like one thing for the memes. What would we follow? We follow like Atari or something like really stupid. We gotta follow Soulja Boy.
Absolutely.
Soulja Boy console, which is just a drop-shipped Chinese knockoff system. Hilarious. I don't think I need to have this plugged in.
Now we only have 3 viewers. Why? Nobody is watching our stream, according to its own statistics, at least.
Did we dump this into the chat and shit?
I guess I mean, do people not get notified? How do people normally find out that we're streaming?
I find out because I'm sitting here and usually hit the button.
Yeah. Guess I'll go post in the I Am Games Discord. I posted the link and said, where is everyone? Oh, I used your account, I guess, because I'm logged into it on this computer.
What?
Well, we've gotten up to 12, so...
Wait, what account am I logged into?
Things are improving. Your Discord account.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. I don't need your login info, nor do I want to.
What up, senpais? Twitch normally notifies me like 10 minutes after the stream begins.
That's why you gotta get on that. Oh, also, I need to do this on Instagram. I got a bunch of people finding out about Market How Do because I posted it on an Instagram story.
Selhar says, yo, Digi, check out Positive Disintegration on Wikipedia later. Seems like the kind of shit you'd agree with and want to make a 40-minute video.
Alright, you have 15 seconds to show I Am Games. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
I Am Games, the most on-brand stream on twitch.tv, live right now, bitch! What's going on? 2018 is almost over.
Beautiful.
15.
Is this the last stream of the year?
No. Maybe? I don't know.
No, I think...
Positive Disintegration. A theory of personality development. Unlike mainstream psychology, Dabrowski's theoretical framework views psychological tension and anxiety as necessary for growth. These disintegrative processes are therefore seen as positive, whereas people who fail to go through positive disintegration may remain for their entire lives in a state of primary integration, lacking true individuality. Well, this assumes that having individuality is necessarily better. I mean, I guess it is in the sense that you can adapt and, you know what? Actually, I will say individuality is probably a better trait to have. It's probably not good to be a mindless drone normie, but I don't know if you need to have like fucking anxiety and trauma in order to get there. I think that's more a result of the way things are, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that it's impossible to just raise someone to be an individual without suffering for it. But you'd have to do more research, I guess.
It's everybody's favorite song!
Oh boy.
Fork just fell on my head. I don't know where it came from. Take a drink every
I
time the
find out
Steam
about
plays.
the stream through Twitch notifications. They send an email. That's what I thought. So, Mumkey is stealing all your viewers. Oh, is he live right now?
Oh, probably.
Well, we're fucked.
No, we are up to 26 now.
I'm gonna
We're
get
steadily getting
there.
there.
27.
Alright, I'm using this little guy to fight. Dude, this is sick. Look at this
Meme
guy.
manifest is what you gonna do when you grow your blood. Gonna be a healthy strong. That's from culture shock, future shock. Fuck yourself, choke yourself. You need to vibrate higher. Oh, hi, Mark.
Ohio gozaimasu. I don't say that enough anymore.
We don't say anything enough anymore. We need to be saying big cum every 10 sentences. I've been keeping the meme alive in my videos. I say big cum a lot because it's just entered my lexicon now.
Yeah, I mean, I say it a lot too, just not on the show. We know what we need to do. We need to play another ninja game. We gotta get back on grind.
Well, I mean, we're playing fucking Chaos Theory. That's pretty much a ninja game. It's
Ninjas
not-
never use guns.
Okay.
That's why the Ninja Gun Con game made by Namco back in early
Naruto
2000s was such a
game.
fucking insult.
You gotta play the Naruto games.
Yeah, we
Well.
can play Naruto games.
I was gonna say Ninja Gaiden, but Naruto would be fun too.
Fucking Gaming Grid already did the Ninja Gaiden videos.
Did he? I thought
I-
he said he was going to.
He's done 1 and 2 already.
Oh my god! Dude, we gotta do Ninja Gaiden 3, Rager's Edge, for the Wii U that
do
we
you
bought.
not? Do you not subscribe to people on YouTube? Wait, we actually bought that?
Yeah.
We have the Ninja Gaiden.
We have the Razor's Edge re-release for Wii U.
Whoa.
It was like $3. Why wouldn't you?
Well, shit. That would be fun and interesting. Oh shit, Tazzlespa subscribed with Twitch Prime for 3 months in a
Hell
row.
Yeah.
Insert
Good.
SoundCloud plug here.
Dude, you gotta make a remix of this theme so it's bearable again.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick with the HP.
Did you guys play Suikoden 2? I have not played any of the Suikoden games, but I watched my brother play a bunch of 4.
Is it Suikoden or is it Suikoden?
Suikoden.
I don't know how to say it.
Suikoden.
You gotta say it like that.
Suikoden.
I want to play some Suikoden.
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 Yeah.
You could play the Messenger.
Oh yeah.
Here
That game did look
is
kinda
your
cool.
messenger.
I think I have the PS4 still on. I don't think I turned it
Bringer
on.
of dark day.
Whoa, is there some rape going on in here?
What the hell is Messenger?
It's like a 2D game. Oh, I thought this was a cutscene.
It's
Get
not
your
that one with
stinking ghosty hands
It's not. Is it?
out of my
jumpy?
butt.
Oh, is it the one with the ninja? The jumpy ninja?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's the jumpy ninja boy. It's the one that's Ninja Gaiden. We were gonna play that early into the show, the streams, but neither of us quite got up to the level of deciding to spend $20 on it.
That's really the problem, is the money aspect.
It's also stuff like at the time I was planning to make like a crosscode analysis, and then like I didn't end up doing that, so I wasted a lot of time on trying to do that.
We have a lot of projects that just didn't see the light of day. Like whatever happened to modding games? That we recorded the audio for that and everything.
Oh yeah, no, that one's just sitting around because I didn't feel like editing it. Basically, like it was a pain in the ass.
Well, that's what I mean. We just have a lot of stuff in limbo. It just wasn't like
a strong enough. Like I get really hung up on trying to do the best because like if you do a project that is a day or two out of your life, and like in the YouTube game, you pretty much do have to be like constantly fucking putting shit out, or else nobody like. Every time I start losing subscribers and losing patrons, it's because I'm not putting out enough videos. When I'm putting out a whole lot consistently, I'm always on an upswing.
Have you figured out yet that the quality is completely not?
The quality doesn't really matter at all.
Exactly.
But like when you want to have patrons, like the quality matters to the patrons, and like that's where most of the money comes from.
Don't.
I mean, I've lost patrons over diminishing quality in my videos plenty of times. Like, you know, they've openly stated that they thought, whether even I think that they're right in saying so, you know, they thought it wasn't as good as what they had at whatever point was like their favorite point, you know? And so like, I definitely know that like if you really want to build something that people will gravitate to as like a brand that they trust kind of thing, you know, you have to put some level of effort into it.
I'm not saying do nothing, but I'm saying like I thought that was a good enough video. I don't think anybody would watch that and be like, oh, that sucked.
What video?
The modding your games in.
Oh no, it's fine. Nothing wrong with that video. I was gonna make it. I still have the audio. I didn't throw it away or anything. It was just that like I'm always trying to consider what will be the biggest potential splash I can make with a video at this particular juncture, you know? Like, but then some of it is ideas that only really work if they have time to build on themselves, you know? It's like sometimes I get really good ideas for like something big that I could do, but it's not something that would just have like instant results. It's something that would have to build over time, like doing GameCube games. Like people would have to catch on to that for it to really be something people cared about, because no GameCube game is currently having videos sought after for it. It's like you have to come click on this video because you want to see, you know, you want to see this video, not because you just want to see any video about that game. You know what I mean? Like, when a new release comes out, people are just looking for any video that has to do with that release. And that's when the really low quality shit gets pumped out. And, like, I would say that the stuff we've done for those modern games, like, I've tried to keep it, like, as fucking simple as possible. Like, our Deltarune video and our Pokemon Let's Go video...
Some baby shit.
...are the fastest turnaround I could possibly do. It was like, we played them day one, you know... In Deltarune's case, we did one quick playthrough on a live stream, talking over a lot of it, and I just took whatever I could out of that and tried to get it done as fast as fucking possible, you know, and had it out day one. But it didn't really work out because there was a fucking million people talking about it, and a lot of big channels were talking about it, you know. Jim Sterling had a video out on the first day, and especially because, like, I think it had, like, we had played it after the like news ban, because like when he released it on Twitter, he had asked people don't talk about it for the first day, and because of that, everybody had a story loaded up for the second those 24 hours were up, and just fucking powerbombed the internet with it. So like, you know, like we are going to get overshadowed in a situation like that. I was just hoping we'd be lucky enough to appear in the sidebars the way that Devu had done when Undertale came out. But because Undertale wasn't like immediately covered by major sources, it was more like it was trickled in as the word of mouth spread. And Devu was early in and said something really unique with a really incendiary title,
right.
Almost unintentionally. my title, I tried to just be the opposite of what, like, most of the videos that had come out were like, is Deltarune a sequel? And I wanted to be the guy who said Deltarune's not a sequel. It's an anagram. But by the time I said it, other people were already coming to that conclusion, you know? It's like, this is a game that a lot of people are studying. It's hard to say something unique about it. So with Pokemon Let's Go, we took the approach of like, just, you know, here's our thoughts, they're contrary to what we expected, and like most of the people who were doing reviews of that game that I saw online gave it positive reviews, but like most people's perception of it was that it was going to be a fake baby game, you know? So like I still thought it would be effective to just like present the idea that, hey, we actually thought it was pretty fun. And obviously that's kind of the way that the tide started turning once people started playing the game. But even still, not enough people I think were even seeking out that game because people had just written it off. Like, people who normally would consume a lot of gaming news did not consume gaming news about Pokemon Let's Go because they thought it was going to be garbage. And that's why you go on the PCP and like it was being out of hand dismissed by, you know, by Nate and Ben, who had just heard that it was, you know, that it was a baby game, and they just fucking completely wrote it off. And we only played it because we were like, well, I actually think it looks kind of cool, and I like Pokemon a whole lot, and I'm not really playing it on a high level anyways, you know?
Right.
But I think that the word of mouth that that game is better than maybe first thought is spreading, but I don't think our video is at any kind of center point of it. So yeah, that's why it's like you can make the trashy stuff that's immediate and just about something new and current, but if everybody else is already doing it and they already have an established audience, where do you get a foothold in that, you know? So that's why I try to cover stuff that nobody else is covering at all.
We just gotta be the ninja guys. So I just finished that boat sequence. Totally pointless.
Right, here's a proposition. We change our channel name to Ninja GameCube, and we just do Ninja games and GameCube games. It's two different series. Our whole aesthetic is purple and black. We make a clothesline, a Ninja GameCube, like, cool aesthetic, black and purple clothesline.
I mean, what happens to IamGames.fun?
It still leads to the same place.
We should just have a series on IamGames about ninja games. Just call them Ninja Suffering.
We should. That is absolutely true. We can retroactively rebrand the Shinobi video as a Ninja Suffering video.
Yeah.
Whoa, Spicy Salts typed !uptime and Stream Element said that we've been streaming for 8 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yeah, it was like a whole bot that does like tons of shit.
And they can do shit to it.
They have power.
This dude really wants me to fucking watch Gosenzo Sama Banzai. I'll do it one day. Are you hyped for Mob Psycho 100 Season 2?
I'm stoked. I'm excited. I like the first one a lot.
Yeah, I see no reason it wouldn't be good. I didn't care as much for like I liked the early episodes of that show more than the later ones. I liked
agree.
more when it was like just setting up the characters than when it was like more of a shonen battle. But
That was my big complaint about it.
yeah.
Was that they kind of have this whole message going through the beginning of the show that like even though Mob is like really powerful and like he's like got all these crazy psychic powers, that's just like his thing, and that everybody else, even though they're comparatively normal, those abilities are no less useful and functional, and they all have their place. like the guys who like work out, like they have like physical strength, and that's good, and like even what's his face, he's just a good like manipulator. But by the end, like it's all about the psychic powers, so it kind of like undermines its own point, which I thought was kind of weird. But it was still really pretty.
Yeah. Have you read Goku Shufudo? It's a slice of life manga about a reformed yakuza who has become a stay-at-home husband.
I've seen bits of that on Tumblr, because Tumblr eats it up.
Never heard of it.
At least I'm assuming that's what they keep you blogging on Tumblr. Well, I guess this is not where I need to go yet. The pirate said I need to find the water dragon, so I went to Water Dragon Island.
Mime says, I think the only thing you guys need for IM Games to become successful is just to make good, new, innovative shit. Just a month ago, a completely unknown channel did a comparison between Majora's Mask and its remake and brought a ton of interesting points with passion and eloquence, and now that vid has over 1 million views. There is a show called Rinshi Ekoda-chan, which is using a different director for each episode, but all the directors are old legends like Koji Morimoto. It looks crazy. Next season. Oh, that was unrelated to the other thing. And by a different person whose name is just similar. But anyways. Yeah, Neryl's fucking video is sick, and the videos he's continued putting out are also sick. He just had one like yesterday about imagine a world without emulators. He was just making the argument for why we need emulators, which, I mean, everybody's made 1,000 times. But he does have some pretty fucking hilarious edits in his videos. His knowledge of Majora's Mask is like... See, like, we were talking about this on the last stream, that neither of us is going into this with, like, a game that's, like, our game, that, like, we know everything about, except for, like, a handful that have already been covered by a bunch of other people.
Right.
It's like, I can never say more about Dark Souls than Vadi Vidya or Matthew Matosis has said about Dark Souls. Tom probably can't say more about Devil May Cry than Matthew Matosis or the Gaming Brit have said about Devil May Cry. You know, it's like, you just gotta acknowledge that a lot of this ground has been covered. And, like, I understand that what I'm trying to describe is that, like, what we are doing with IM Games is a difficult task. We are trying to build a brand on the back of not taking the most obvious path, not because we don't want to, but because it's not viable anymore because it's overcrowded with other people doing it. So it's like, we have to be niche, but we have to be big niche. Like, a big enough niche that all the people who like things that are niche want to come to us, you know? So it's like, hey, do you like classic games from an era that doesn't really get talked about? Do you like fucking weird JRPGs that are aimed at weebs? Do you like fucking, you know, nothing but Platinum games and Sega classics? Like, we got you covered. But,
I wonder if we just decided to have IM Games focus on, like, nothing but, like, the modern indie scene. Like, that's all we talked about.
I would love to do that, too. It's so hard to find good shit, though.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, we're kind of coming into it at a good time. I'm, like, more interested in this conversation in this fucking game right now. Because Discord is making a game store that's tailored towards indies.
Yeah.
Congregate just made cartridges tailored toward indies. Epic launched their apps, their game store, which is targeting indies. So they're all trying to take down Steam by targeting indie developers because they're the ones who are getting fucked by Steam the most. And Steam's doubling down on being like, we don't care about small
I'm
devs.
distracted by how fucking terrible that weird canal looks with its looping 2-frame animation.
It's not great.
No, it's not.
The game
not
usually
best looking
hits,
thing
but
in
what
this game.
ironically for a game all about islands, like the water effects so far leave a bit to be desired. My point is, there's tons of like big shit happening in the indie scene right now, and we could talk about that.
Yeah, we should.
Especially considering like we're both like going to be making indie games as well, so it's relevant in multiple ways.
I like how you've completely internalized that I am making a game.
Yeah, you are. It's happening. You can't be games and not be making a game. If you don't start making a game soon, I'm gonna have Mark fuck you without lube. Taking away your lube privileges.
No Thank You says, if IM Games became Ninja GameCube, the most niche brand on the internet, it would be about 1,000,000 times better in my eyes, but also would not make any money, so there is no reason to do that.
The real Ninja suffering would be our Patreon numbers. So, is it time? I think it's time for a introspective comment on CHRONO CROSS. It's not as good as I remember. The storyline is very weak so far, and there's a lot of just like, I don't know what to do next. Find the water dragon? Where is he? Who knows? I know what I am gonna do right now though. I'm gonna go back to maybe I have to go dimension hopping again for that. Who knows? Going back to Termina. I got tons of iron now. I can go make tons of weapons. I'm gonna get a huge fucking dick. It's gonna be great.
Silhar says, I'd be interested in game dev content from Tom, him coming from the perspective of, I've never done this professionally and these are my solutions for these problems. Problem is turning that into something non-devs can understand and appreciate.
I mean, I'm generally pretty good at like taking things and explaining them in very simple ways. And that's not me saying that, it's like other people who have told me that. Because I'm constantly surrounded with people who don't understand technology and they're like, oh, like I understand it if you talk about it. So I feel like I could do that. And I would like to do that. Give me iron weapons. How do I have no copper? That's bullshit. I've got tons of copper during that fight. Oh dear.
Hey Digi, is XXX Holic worth watching? Not really. The animation is mega terrible and inconsistent as fuck. Most of the episodes are not interesting because it's pretty much just a monster, like a really generic Monster of the Week show. The characters are very basic and they never evolve in any way. The aesthetic is whatever. Clamp is generally terrible. They are not the best artists or storytellers, and it's kind of hilarious that they became as famous as they did. But I understand why. They do have a very distinctive style.
But Cardcaptor Sakura is fucking great.
Yeah, but that's because the anime is great. Like, if you read the manga, it's like unreadable because the artwork is so fucking weird because it's like 50% flower petals. And like everybody looks the same. I mean, I know like Munchie said that about the anime, but it's really bad when you read their manga. I've tried to read several of their manga because I've been a fan of several of their adaptations, but I just can't do it. And even the adaptations, like Cardcaptor Sakura is the best one.
I remember reading Chobits as a kid. I think it was okay.
Chobits is like one of the more easily comprehensible Clamp manga, where it doesn't have any really weird shit in its visuals. I would say that it's Chobits is comparably readable. I just used it as I only had the first volume, but it was my pornography when I was 13.
We all have 1 HP. How did that happen? Oh god, we're gonna fucking die.
What is your favorite 2D Final Fantasy, Digi and Mark?
Favorite 2D Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, Mark's a big fan of Final Fantasy VI. Mark, have you actually beaten Final Fantasy VI?
No, I've only played like half of it.
I've played about half of it too. Maybe less than half. Maybe like 35% or something. Which is why I don't... I mean, I guess the only 2D Final Fantasy I've played like significant amount of is 1, which I almost beat and I enjoyed a lot as a kid. I don't know how I feel about it now, but I enjoyed it then. So for now we'll say 1, and we'll see if that changes when I play the other ones someday. So Digi right now is making a 4-part Log Horizon analysis. I don't know where anybody heard it was 4 parts. I've heard that multiple times. The Log Horizon analysis is intended to be like 8 parts. Something like that. A 4-part Log Horizon analysis, I Am Game streams, Tales of, GameCube Forever, and now an actual game. And that's ignoring Pub Crawl and his miscellaneous content. I won't perpetuate the meme that you'll drop any of them. I'm just in awe of how much you're willing to take on all at once. I guess you truly are a real-life Matoi Ryuko. You forgot about my album, The World Over, that I'm almost done with as well. I'm trying to get it out by the end of the year. At least they did great designs for Code Geass. That is true. The character designs for Code Geass is some of the sexiest girls I have ever seen. How can person who made good thing also make bad thing?
Sad state of affairs, isn't it?
I know.
Just one. Unequipped. No.
Is your new album going to be like 10 gallons of fuck? No. Go to my SoundCloud and listen to the songs that say they are from the album The World Over. Most of them were released earlier this year. I just put out one the other day. It's me performing over the soundtracks of Dot Hack Sign and Dot Hack Dusk, which are 2 of my favorite anime OSTs. And if I may say so myself, what I have done with them is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. My own favorite albums. Definitely my favorite that I have made. Because I didn't have to make most of it. Most of it is just 2 OSTs that I like a lot.
What the fuck?
What is the point of your Log Horizon analysis videos? Well, I rewatched Log Horizon and I was like, this is like one of the greatest shows ever made, and nobody appreciates how fucking good it is, because it generally gets like positive, but never like, nobody gives it like a 10 out of 10 the way I do. Like, people appreciate the show, but people are not like freaking out about it the way that I am. And I think that the only way I can make people understand why I'm so excited about it is because like, I like shows for having so much going on, for having so many different reasons to like it, for having so much to appreciate. And like, I want to be able to both acknowledge what I would recognize as the flaws that people could see in the show, while also just saying like, hey, here's some things that you could say are problems, but look at the overwhelming amount of shit that is good about this show, and tell me another show that you can say this about, you know? That's sort of the approach that I want to take by just making, like, just going through it with a fine-tooth comb and talking about everything I could even think of to talk about. Hey, Digi or Tom, have you guys seen the USA movie called Mind Game? If not, please do. I have seen Mind Game. Have you seen Mind Game?
I don't know what that is.
It's a weird fucking movie. I didn't really like it at the time I saw it. It was a long time ago. Devu watched it and he really didn't like it either. But I don't know. I haven't seen it in forever. No thank you says, would you like me to remix a .hack song for you to rap over? Sure you can, though I am already almost done with my album rapping over the actual .hack view. Hey Tom, would you consider doing a Guilty Fear video? He corrected himself and says Guilty Gear.
I mean, I don't think I'm like competitive enough with that game to talk about it. I mean, I already did a 2-hour, 3-hour lore dump on the entire series.
Yeah.
So that's really the extent of my knowledge.
Should we
of Guilty
re-upload
Gear.
that to this channel?
We could. There's no reason not to.
It has a lot of views on the procrastinators, right? Or is that where it is?
It's like 65,000 or something, I think.
Yeah, it's on that channel, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking a lot.
That's good shit.
It's weird that people don't talk about Log Horizon, since people seem to think that something being complex, dense, or putting in some apparent effort makes it inherently better. I mean, that's why people like Ergo Proxy so much. I mean, this is why people like Ergo Proxy so much. That was very confusingly written. Seller says, I tried so hard and got so far in Log Horizon, but in the end it didn't even matter. All anime that feel like anime end up like a chore for me at some point. I felt the same towards that 2007 show about mecha sky skaters that had a lot of green in its palette, and people love. Are you talking about Eureka 7, which is from 2005/6? Are you saying that show felt too anime? What?
You can't get through Log Horizon in Eureka 7. I feel genuinely sorry for you.
Yeah, man. I don't know what else. Like, what is even good? Like, what is left for you? What are you
gotta go watch Sword Art Online?
What are you watching if you can't watch the good shows? Oh shit, Hentai Haven is dead? Fucking rip? What? This can't be true.
I just saw there yesterday.
Yeah. That's literally true, I think. Did you invest in Tesla? Doesn't seem like a bad idea. Maybe not in Tesla, but I could invest in the Boring Company. Paco Pico El Pajaraco says, the niche idea sounds good to me, but you should be careful of not being so niche, not even the algorithms can pick you up. I just entered YouTube in incognito mode and searched Tales of Fantasia review and Tales of Fantasia overview. Your video comes up buried under every single other TOP review on YouTube regardless of views. A video with only 50 views is above yours, and is only above a video of the final battle. It's fine if you tap into your already existing audience, now try and reach out. Well, I mean, I think that'll just change over time as YouTube updates its metrics, but that is unfortunate. Because when I search Tales of Fantasia, of course my video comes up first.
Right. Well, that explains a lot about that video's performance, I guess.
Speaking of Log Horizon analysis, what is the progress on part 2? Is Devu alive? I don't know, man. That dude has only spoken to me once all month. Well, twice. Once on the 14th and once on the 16th, and I haven't heard from him since. But as of the time he contacted me, he was in the process of making it. So, I assume that he's in the process of making it. And that we will see it soon. I spent like 12 episodes of Eureka 7 wondering when the plot was going to start. Then something happened with a weird dream tornado, and I was like, finally the plot, but then the next episode just went back to the same shit, and at that point I gave up. I mean, the plot of the show is that Renton is trying to learn to become a man. It's about a young boy who wanted to go on an adventure and try to fucking have sex with a hot girl. And then he realized that she was really, really complicated. And if he wanted to fuck her, he was gonna have to basically be the most badass guy in the world, just like his idol, who she literally already has. So it's like, you have to be better than Holland if you want to win this girl. And Holland is the most badass guy in the world. And even though you've admired him all this time, you have so far done nothing with your life and have no concept of how to be great. You know? And therefore, the whole first arc is just him getting hazed for being a dipshit non-stop. And it's great. Why isn't Tom wearing his iconic beanie?
I don't know.
You got a haircut, and then you stopped wearing the beanie, and then our viewer counts went down. People wanted the beanie. Tom, have you decided yet on how to handle exposition in the vertical slice? Cutscenes or tutorial?
Probably gonna do cutscene. Makes more sense.
Use the mouse to get through!
Yeah, it's definitely.
Alright, I can't tell if this Coke is one that I brought up with me or one that was sitting here.
I think there was one sitting there. I think it was just the Mountain Dew ice.
Oh, sweet glory, it's a fresh Coke.
So I upgraded all my gear. As much as I can. I don't know where the fuck to go!
Love Shorn is Myron, that fresh cut Tom.
I mean, it's a couple weeks out now, but... the day I got my hair cut and we did the stream, I had the hat off and people complained, so I just put it back on. I was like, I gotta stay on brand. But today I just legitimately forgot.
This is really funny to me. No Thank You says, I don't find Renton very interesting, and they ruined the very cute girl by having her always surrounded by annoying and boner-killing children who I fucking hate. I know that's literally the point, but it's gay. It just means you're not willing to work for it. You don't care enough about her to work through all of her shit. That's what the whole point, yeah, like you said, it is the point. You have to work through all of her garbages in order for you to be able to fucking win the heart of the ultimate cute. Is any bitch worth that? Yes. Eureka's worth it. She's one of the hottest anime girls. One of the cutest, at least.
I mean, she's not really hot, like a monster at the end or something. I haven't watched that show in years. No.
I mean, they do, like, they go up into the moon.
Right, yeah. But she turns into a monster lady for a bit. It's like a green, scary...
She's a cute goop.
I mean, if you're into slime girls...
I am into slime girls, thank you very much.
Then you're in a better position than I was.
Eureka's super great. Her kids are good. They're just kids. Like, whatever. I have never found kids hard to deal with. Seeing the words memory card triggers a tsunami of nostalgia in me. I know, right? I don't miss that. Mime thinks as, oh, I'll use my boost to get through if you know what I mean.
I have a vague notion of what he might be referring to.
I don't know how to put it, but the characters in both Eureka 7 and Log Horizon just felt like anime characters, and I didn't get far enough in either of them to get invested in the story. Anime that feels like anime is just the way I have to put into words what puts me off from these shows. My favorite shows are Psycho-Pass, Ava, Fooly Cooly, Ping Pong Lane, Barakamon, Galactic Heroes, etc. Some arguably feel like anime, but I don't feel like I already know all characters in 5 minutes. 5 minutes in. If you think you know everything about the Eureka 7 characters 5 minutes in, y'all don't know shit. First of all, even in the first episode, there's tons of characterization for the relationship of Holland and Renton's grandfather and their whole family that's super fucking deep and interesting and easy to miss, but especially if you don't know the story already. It's one of those where rewatching, you know, you're like, oh shit, they were fucking foreshadowing this all along. You know, Eureka 7 is literally perfect. If you don't know why, you're watching it wrong. You just gotta try it again. Believe me. Ghost Lightning wrote a whole post about it one time. He was like, you know, I saw the first couple episodes and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Mechas is stupid. They write on surfboards. Then he watched it later and he was like, this is pretty much the best anime ever made. I apologize to everybody. It's so fucking good. Tazzle spell all caps. I can't believe Eureka is a slime girl. That's fucking hot. I know, dude. Did you need to get your channel terminated and you'll get insane popularity by becoming a YouTube pariah? I've had my channel deleted several times, and I never had that happen to me. You gotta really play up how depressed you are. Although I did do that, but I also just kind of assured everybody I would take care of it myself.
That was a mistake. Gotta play that victim card.
I know.
Sympathy is the social currency right now.
So when is the video talking about how Pikmin is one of the best games ever made coming out? I mean, Pikmin would be the next game to cover after Wave Race, which I just did audio for before we started this fucking stream. No thank you says, yes, that's true, I don't care enough about her. There are cuter girls. Senjo Gahara, Ui Hirasawa, Chitanda Eru, Yoshinoya Sensei, the older girl from Ichigo Marshmallow. These are all better girls. I am not Renton. I am not in love with this girl because I'm not a young kid having his first real crush. Alright, let's go through. First of all, your waifu is shit. Chitanda Eru, shit. Yoshinoya Sensei's a meme. The older girl from Ichigo Marshmallow is my waifu, and you don't even know her name. It's Nobuo Ito, so you need to step away. Ui Hirasawa, you can't have as a waifu because she clearly only cares about Yui and will never give a fuck about you. And Senjo Gahara is a pain in the ass, autistic cunt, but she is pretty hot. Eureka 7's not even necessarily hot, but she's captivating. She's mysterious. She's beautiful. She is the girl on the shore. She is very similar to Lane. I won't say she's as good as Lane, and I know you won't, but she is similar. And those used to be like my two. Lane and Eureka were like my fucking guys. It's my aesthetic. Eureka 7 also some of my favorite character designs from one of my favorite character designers. The animation is fucking incredible. The directing is fucking incredible. The music is fucking incredible. The music references. Did you know that all the mechs are named after classic synthesizers? That there's like tons of fucking like references to fucking electronic music history. It's a genius show. Also, Shonen Heart is one of the best OPs ever, as whatever the hell his name is, also said. Kuchizu-san melody ga omoidasu sete kure back in the days. Memory wa kore mo kakayaita bakari iru. So you gotta remember yume no kakara wo te ni ano koro no yo ni komo ni kanpasu shonen no hato. No generalizing motherfucker, they didn't feel like Ragnarok Online, the animation characters, but they didn't feel good enough to hook me until like episode 5. They had some aspects that felt genuine, but most of it just didn't get my dick hard. I'll try again one day for sure. I still haven't deleted it from my HD. I rewatched the first like 5 episodes of Eureka 7 pretty recently, and I was really drawn to all the adult characters. I feel like they're really eclectic and fun. They're basically just a bunch of like asshole libertarian fucking terrorists who go around and do whatever the fuck they want for the hell of it, and are very principled about it, and they're fucking a lot of fun to watch. You're a meme, did she fuck you? I think he's talking about Yoshinori Sensei. I can't believe Digibro missed a reference about his own light novel. That's fucking disappointing. Which one? Oh, I can't believe Rekka is a slime girl. That's fucking hot. Must have been I can't believe my sister is a slime girl or something. Or a swamp monster. Is it true that there were sequels to Rekka 7 that ruined it? Only if you watch them. Which I didn't.
God, amazing how like we have to put an asterisk on everything that's good now.
Yeah.
What is this place? Oh, this is another dead end.
No thank you says Lane is not even on the same plane, fam. Lane isn't even a waifu, she's a literal god. I literally worship her, not in a sexual femdom way, as in she literally is God and she is also real.
Well then. We'll go back to the other reality.
We already talked about looking forward to Mob Psycho Season 2 earlier in this episode. I don't know if that was you who asked or who else. Yeah, basically everybody hates the Eureka 7 sequels. Like anything that came out after the show, there was the original movie. Most people hated. Eureka 7 AO, the TV show, everybody hated. Then now they've got a new set of movies coming out that everybody hates. There's a couple of manga tie-ins that are dumb. There's a video game that came out alongside the show. There's like, I guess, okay, but you know, it was unremarkable. I think there was another game too. There's a couple of Eureka 7 games, but like, you basically just got to stick to the TV show. It's pretty much good because of the people who worked on it, you know? It's like they tried to make a franchise out of something that its main appeal was the writing of the show, you know?
Fuck. Fuck!
Is this game Ludo?
Ludo?
Yeah.
The main antagonist from season 1 of Star vs. the Forces of Evil.
Never mind.
There's nowhere to go.
You mentioned Vinland Saga in one of the previous streams. Did you hear it's getting an anime? I did not. God, I hope it's not fucking CG.
I have bad news for you.
Wait. Maybe I did see a trailer for that and thought it looked dope. I feel like I remember that. I feel like I remember seeing a dope looking trailer for it. So maybe I did know it was getting an anime. No thank you says, I am not joking, I really do worship an anime girl. I have a Lane tattoo. My music is 90% Lane references. I have a shrine to Lane in my house. Before I open my computer every morning, I pray to Lane for protection and prosperity in the wired. I'm not fucking around here. Come at me. Well,
I feel like that's all that needs to be said about the subject. Yeah. We can all draw our own conclusions.
Yeah. You know, Music is 90% Lane references, but you named yourself after a K-On! Reference. Why?
Can't take your Lord's name in vain. Oh, God. What if I just didn't? What if I didn't just wander around the map, going to all these different areas, desperately hoping that one of them contains the random thing that I need to do to find the water dragon?
Sentient Crab says, whoa, gaining viewers even though Tom is completely lost. We've gotten up to 54 viewers. Is Conrad Collins more introverted than Digibro? Absolutely. Vinland Saga anime is being made by the same studio that did Attack on Titan. Vinland Saga anime is from Studio Wit, but it has a director that only did CGI before, but the key visual is 2D. Alright, chat. We need to really know. Do you think we are going to be able to like competently play through Chrono Cross on stream? Like, do you think that this is going to be such a time and intensive effort and a struggle for you to watch that we should not even attempt this? Or do you just think that this game is so comfy and Tom's desire to see it through to the end, which could carry us through the entire game at the clumsy pace we're going? What do you think? There's responses, but they're in phrasing I don't know, I don't understand after what the things I've asked.
Oh, well.
Such as, no. Of fucking course not. Fuck if I know. No? I don't really care what you guys are playing, TBH. This game is comfy as fack. Nigga, you couldn't play Soul Reaver. Chrono Cross is just the same level of where do I go as Soul Reaver, except a 900-hour RPG. Chrono Cross is awesome and comfy. Finish it, you shits. I mean, it looks nice. This is the Digibro Q&A stream. Is there even a game?
I mean, that really is the entire...
TBH, I have no idea. If Tom wants to play it, sure. If he doesn't care enough, no. Struggle, I think it's quite a pleasant background game, comfy and stuff. This game is pretty damn comfy. This isn't a good stream game. I just want aesthetic. Do it and dab on the haters. I'm here for you guys to talk about stuff mainly, so the game is really second to me. It's just boring to watch. I have anxiety about seeing that cliff/rock/water again. Just don't be that incompetent again.
I don't know what they're referring to.
That one stream where you were on that one cliffside for like 2 hours.
Oh, right. That was just how long it took. It wasn't because I sucked at it.
I think the most important part is Tom's enjoyment. Where do I go moments are annoying as fuck to watch. If Tom is having fun, it's fun to watch.
I was playing Spider-Man PS4 again because they released the Sam Raimi costume today. That was more fun than this game.
Well,
I should just not be a little pussy bitch and just get the guide out on GameFAQs and just be like, alright, where's the water dragon? But that's like not playing a game, that's being a faggot. And I try not to do that more than I have to.
I was just thinking about how, like, sometimes I get tempted to create just, like, a list of, like, everything I could ever want to do and just be like, it's all here, it's all planned out. Now, anytime I want to do anything, I just gotta look at my list and do the thing. But inevitably, whenever I make lists like that, I don't want to do anything on the list. It's just like, it's like, oh, I feel as though I've,
How would you do that again?
I feel as though the only reason I had to put all this stuff on a list is because none of it is something I really wanted to do in the first place. Although there is some stuff that sometimes I make lists of, like, you know, things I sincerely intend to do. But like if you make like just a dream list, like here's everything I have any hope of trying to do, most of it is just going to go by the wayside. It's like you might as well just stick to the stuff that you were driven to do. I don't care about this game really, but I'm here for the convo. Just get yourselves a walkthrough guide for whenever you feel you get too stuck. Anime games? One time when I was in 2nd grade, me and a girl in my class were going to show each other our private parts, and I showed her mine, but when it was her turn, she chickened out and ran away. Well, that's probably for the best.
Women for you, am I right?
Digi get to read it and give you hints? Get Digi to read it and give you hints. I don't know why I read that wrong. Doro Hey Doro is getting an anime. Thoughts? I'm afraid it will be CG shit. I'd be afraid of that too. If they do it well, it could be good, I guess. Because pretty generic statement.
The fucking Shinobi stream was so good because there was never any confusion on what you had to do. It would just beat the shit out of you.
We need to just exclusively play games that are exactly like Shinobi, of which there are not really any.
We gotta play Nightshade. We gotta get back to our roots.
Even Nightshade is nothing like Shinobi, really.
It's true. Just put in cheat codes so you can unlock Hatsune, and then it basically is just Shinobi.
Everyone's just like talking about how much they want to fuck Lane in the chat right now.
I thought she was like a young girl, like not old. I've never seen Serial Experiments in her.
She's like 16 ish. Probably.
That doesn't fill me with confidence.
No. Digi, how do you feel about the theory of Shinji and Asuka having sex in episode 15 of Eva? There's no fucking way. What are you talking about? My problem is that if I don't start with something immediately and keep being invested, I will never finish anything. Yeah, that's how it goes. What about Sly Cooper? Does he count as a ninja?
He's a thief.
Yeah. Doesn't kill nobody.
Gotta play iNinja for the GameCube.
Digibro and YouTube Rewind when? Probably never.
It's like a badge of failure at this point.
Apparently
so.
Lane is 14, so...
Well, that's a definite no for me, mate. I mean, even 16 was a definite no.
She's
for
literally
me, but...
a grade schooler. I mean, she's a high schooler. If Lane is the embodiment of the internet, she also embodies all internet porn, meaning she's bi and also male and also gender fluid. This is where the level of the conversation has been at for a while.
God, you guys are fucking gone.
You guys need to play God Hand sometime. My arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm is summon up the power of the God Hand! That's the God Hand song.
I've only played God Hand for like 10 minutes and I didn't really get into it.
Did you eat some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? I would if I had one right now.
Sounds pretty good. Where is this?
Play Hitman 2. Bunny Hop likes it.
Fucking Drake.
See, I skipped out on Hitman 2 for the sake of this show because I knew that Bunny Hop would cover it. I try not to let myself cover anything that I'm going to be later embarrassed when I see somebody else's video about it. So like, if it's something that I know is meant to be played at a pretty high level, and I know that there is a YouTuber who is going to play it at a high level and is going to do a high level critique of it, I don't want to try to compete with that on my show where I'm trying to give you like fucking hot takes about new games before people get to them, you know? So like, Hitman 2, I don't know fuck about Hitman, I never played any of them, but, and neither of us is really interested. But I know Bunny Hop's gonna do it, so fuck it, let him do it, you know? What was the other game? Spyro. So we got Spyro, and Tom, after we played it for a few streams, I asked Tom, what are your thoughts on Spyro? And he said, it's Spyro. And I said, well, not gonna do a video on that. A couple days later, or rather like yesterday, YouTuber B-Mask, who's one of my favorite game analysis channels as well, drops a 30-minute video on the Spyro Reignited trilogy called like Spyro is like pretty okay sometimes or something like that. It's just 30 minutes of like really in-depth analytical breakdown, especially on the visuals comparing the games. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to compete with this. I'm glad I didn't have to hide my face in shame after this video came out.
I feel like you're doing YouTube wrong.
I don't want to have to hide my face in shame, Tom. I can't do it.
You already have to. We're doing YouTube.
I don't feel ashamed of doing YouTube.
You should.
I've gone my whole life having bad taste and being proud of it. That's basically my MO. That's basically my brand. That's why I'm doing a Tales of retrospective. I'm just like, I like games that are considered bad, you know?
What is happening? Why am I doing this? I know I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, I'm doing this anyway. We go down.
No thank you says Andrew WK is bad because he's positive and everyone knows good art can only come from horrifically depressed people. Okay, if you pay attention to the lyrics on like his latest album, for instance, the entire idea is that like he's been to the lowest point and therefore he has risen back up from there. Like, he always presents it as like he's trapped in this horribly dark like world and mind state and he has to escape it through the power of positive thinking. Like, that if he wasn't constantly insisting to himself that life is a party, then he would be in like abject darkness, which is why he literally thinks that he is the reincarnation of Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Did you know this, Tom? Are you aware of this history of Andrew WK? Did you know he came to BronyCon 1 year?
I think it was BronyCon. I think
Well,
it was...
he came to one of them.
Which one was it? I don't remember. Not Camelot Gardens. Fuck. There's so many of those fucking things back in the day.
Will you play Beautiful Joe on stream when you cover it?
That's a great idea, actually.
Yes, especially because Tom will be able to beat it a lot more easily than I will, probably.
I love fucking Beautiful Joe. Game kicks ass. I never played Beautiful Joe 2, even though I have it. I feel like I'm gonna get fucking curb stomped into the ground by these guys. Because they're big and scary looking.
Digi, are you still eating Lunchables every day and every time? Hell yeah! Tom, how far are you and Munchie in the Python book for the next Killing Code?
We're gonna be halfway done with the book for the next episode. Oh,
damn! So is this only a 4-episode show? Like, are you just knocking the whole
we're on
book out?
episode 4 with the next one because we've recorded 3 of them so far.
Only 1 is out though, right?
Right. So I'm definitely not in the right place.
I'm guessing Munchie is editing them.
Yeah. Dude, this is so gay. I should just run away, but I have no way to get out of here, so I guess I just need to die. This happened.
Unrelated rant, but I have a very specific controversy in my life. Every single thing I love, I hate its community. I love computer science. I deeply hate almost every single computer scientist alive or dead. Lane is my favorite show. I have a Tachibana Industries tattoo, yet I deeply hate Lane fans, almost all of them. Same for music, same for vegans, same for people who smoke, do drugs, makes games, work out, or are into polyamory. This and Epic Name Bros streams are basically the only places on then he gets cut off. My dude, I only like about 5 people. I don't like any community for anything. Most of the time, I go to seek a community and then I'm immediately just like pulverized by how differently they seem to have interpreted the thing that I care about, you know? And I go, huh, I guess we are all completely different special snowflakes. And most of them are turgid brown from landing in shit. You should make a video about all the people you're subscribed to and why you're subscribed to them. I think I tried to do that once. I don't remember why I stopped. You guys have gone through what I call the Horseshoe Man realization. Go rewatch Horseshoe Finale. The world is just a bunch of goofy little clubs. The road to happiness is finding one you tolerate the most. It's true. Do you guys get tired of hearing memes you started all the time? No. That is the only thing we ever want to hear. All we want is an army of people shouting our memes so that we know which ones to put on t-shirts and sell you. We will sell you shirts of your favorite memes. You just need to petition us at all times. There needs to be public outcry. People are always like, when are you gonna make t-shirts? I'm like, no one's asking me to make any specific shirt. Tell us what you want. We made Ninja Suffering. Nobody bought it.
Yeah, we've sold literally 0 copies of Ninja Suffering.
But that was our idea. We need to know what you want to buy.
I mean, we only did it because we asked if we wanted shirts. Yes. Oh my god. I don't like my life right
Is there still a Stealing Your Dad's episode that hasn't come out yet? There's 3! The 3 live episodes! The first one was like supposed to be done a while ago. I don't know what happened. You ruined the ending of Cowboy Bebop for me. At first I was upset about it, but now Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime. How did I do that? If it was because of my "you're gonna carry that weight" video, I gave the most long warning imaginable. Question: was there ever anything sexual between Kaoru Nagisa, the last angel in Eva, and Shinji? I think Shinji was definitely sexually excited by him. I'm a big fan of the PCP and Friends because there's no expectation to overly censor yourself that you find everywhere else. I'm glad you feel that. Hey, DGK. Yeah? You gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say, I can't wait for that to be our downfall when our channel gets deleted.
Hey Digi, can you ask Otaku Gonzo Journalism to ask the Human Content Machine, to ask Artso Fartso, to ask Victor's older brother, to ask Measurement Man, to ask Conrad if List Bro is ever going to come back? List Bro is never going to come back. What happened to the I Am Games Patreon meme? We just haven't fucking talked about it.
We're like on opposite sides of the house 99% of the time. And the only time we talk is when you walk by me to go do something.
Yeah.
Or on this show.
Yeah.
That's not even an exaggeration.
Usually you are in your room doing game dev, and usually I am in the office making analysis videos and playing GameCube games.
And then like 5 minutes before the show starts, we'll
we
surface,
converge. Yeah.
And something happens. Oh man, Mithril, I could make cool shit with that. Too bad I'm gonna die.
Did you start a weed channel? My mom really wants to start a weed review show with me called Canalysis.
Sure, he's dead.
And she's been writing like a bunch of like long reviews of all the weed that she smokes. So apparently my mom has like a shitload of Canalysis sitting around. The IO Games audience is too woke for perpetuating and buying memes. I still want a very clean t-shirt, but Vic is slacking. You could probably co-produce one with him. I feel like a gay because I like Inio Asano, but I haven't read much manga outside of that. Please tell me more manga about good things that are good.
I don't know what the stupid circle
I assume you've read Berserk, Akira, Nazca of the Valley of the Wind, Bokurano. You'd probably love Bokurano. It's fucked up. I mean, I'm not the biggest manga guy myself, but I highly recommend all of those. Otaku Gonzo journalism was probably my favorite saga. This Gecko Estate, which is what made me try Record 7 in the first place, by the way. This plus Gecko Estate. What the fuck? This isn't Smash. Jalen Harris finally made it. So Tom is even more invisible than Mark?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what it was in reference to. The thing with Shinji is that by the end of Ava, Shinji was broken. Oh, this is just in response to somebody else. I'm not reading this. Oh shit, Tom doesn't have his beanie. Did you talk about your time voice acting the iPad in Inanimate Insanity? I did a voice. They sent me lines and I did a voice. I think they replaced me though. Did you what happened to the sunglasses inside thing? I still do it. Watch my latest vlog.
Crap. Oh, I just want this guy to kill me, but he's so bad, he's not killing me.
This is not a book. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind of my ass, of your ass, of our collective behinds, of off the indie RPG maker game, of the batter of purifying, of purity of shaved butts. That was the thing I read just now.
I'm in so much misery that I just don't even care about what's going on right now.
Have you ever been on the official podcast? I don't know. I've heard that before. I don't know what it is. I just got a sudden urge to play an RPG Maker adaptation of Evangelion because I feel like it would be hilarious. Or to play? Does it exist? Fuck everything.
This battle's still going on! It's been like 15 minutes and he won't just kill me so I can respawn out here. I'm trapped in this location. There's no way to get out, and I'm not supposed to be here. I'm terribly underleveled, and this fucking guy won't just kill me so I can reload. Oh my god! This is RPG suffering.
Is this the end? Is this the end for I Am Games?
You know what RPG
CHRONO
stands
CROSS?
for? Do you know what Rage producing game? That's what this is right now.
Well, you might relate with what CopX Digiboy was saying before you said that. Existing is suffering. Fuck everything, TBH fam.
Dude, his element is doing 1 damage. 1 damage. How is this possible? That everybody else was getting like 2 or 3 shotted, and this guy's doing 1 damage.
Greg B. Art says, besides PCP and The Dick Show, what podcast of cool dudes just shooting shit would you recommend? Tom, you know any other podcasts?
In the same vein as those podcasts? Not particularly.
Yeah, I don't really... I know of some, but there's none that I'm like a fan of.
Right.
Do you know the punk artist by the name of School Shooter / Negative?
I think we might have to reset.
Nope.
He's only doing 1 damage. We're gonna hit 81 more times.
This is the real life in a nutshell, buddy. Killing yourself is too much of an effort and nobody will do you the honors.
It's true. I'm quitting the game.
Oh.
I just lost so much progress, but I don't even care.
I once got stuck in Pokemon Red because I was too overleveled and couldn't die to escape from where I was. JRPG gameplay is terrible and it should have already died out. I disagree.
That made a compelling argument for his case. You know what's really embarrassing? I made it way farther than this game at like 13.
Well,
without a guide. That being said, I went in a completely different direction and did none of the things
you
I'm doing
probably
right
weren't
now.
playing it once a week in 2-hour bursts over the course of months
That is
either.
true. The interesting thing though is that literally everything after getting Kid I never did in my playthrough. Except for the Hydra part. So I think that's something that happens.
That's wild.
So that's kind of why I have no fucking idea what's going on. Because none of these characters...
I mean, hey, that's the idea behind the game, right? Is that it's so open-ended that your playthroughs are like totally fucking different.
I mean, that is cool. The problem is, there's a lot of variety, but all of it is... Apparently, at least this path is very uninspired and uninteresting.
Oh no.
I'm not...
We gotta get back in the main shit then.
I need to go find the fucking water dragon so I can go into the fireplace.
You want me to look it up for you?
I was about to do that because I just reset out of there because I was not in the right place. I know the water dragon's a boss. You eventually have to fight all the 4 dragons, but I need to find him first because I need to like give me a blessing so I can be resistant against fire.
CHRONO CROSS. Where is it?
If you can't find that, just figure out what to do after you finish the pirate ship, because that's what I just finished. And by just finished, I mean did an hour ago.
How do I get access to the water dragon? Once you get access to your homeworld, go to the docks in Arnie Village and talk to the sleeping old man. They'll have to piff you of 100 coins, then you will travel down to Water Dragon Isle. But beware, you will have to fight the dwarves again if you have not fought them already. Right before you get to the water dragon, you will have to fight a hi-ho tank, and it's very formidable, so watch out.
What the fuck? I have to go back to the homeworld and talk to a random old man?
You have to go to the docks in Arnie Village and talk to the sleeping old man, which is all one word, old man.
My fucking god.
Yeah, the man sitting beside his boat fishing at the pier in Arnie Village.
I talked to him when I first played this game, and he just was like, I'm an old fuck.
I'm an old fuck.
Gotta go talk to George Carlin, I guess. See, this is the kind of shit. Just like, go talk to this random NPC.
A lot of Tales of Fantasia was
who has new dialogue that you would never, that just is like a throwaway character until you get to X part. Oh my god. I can't believe
are you
this
still
is real.
doing your Tales of series now that you are doing the GameCube one? Yes. I'm just not making them fast. I'm not in a hurry. Why don't you just play some shit you enjoy, Tom? Bayonetta, DMC or something. This game really sucks to watch, and apparently to play too.
I mean, I love that this game was a wee lad, which is why I'm so confused.
It looks beautiful. How do y'all know that Tom likes Bayonetta? He only just started playing Bayonetta.
I think I'm at the end of the game.
Well, fuck you.
Unless they have a boss rush in the middle of the game, which I suppose is possible. Go. Go. You know what the weird thing about this? The entire time I've played this game, it has not had any analog stick support. I've had to do everything with D-pad. And it's very annoying.
A lot of people seem to prefer the Death Note anime over the manga. I'm only bringing this up because ER mentioned he likes the anime better in its most recent video series. What do you think? Manga's better. The anime has... It's got, like, cool presentation in certain scenes, but most of it is people standing around talking very self-seriously, and it's fucking boring, and it doesn't look that good. And the manga is easier to read. It's more exciting. The artwork is more consistent, and it's more fun. It doesn't seem to take itself as seriously as the anime ends up. I mean, like... The anime goes so over the top with its aesthetic that it becomes funny in certain scenes, but the manga is more consistently, like, breezy and fun to read by comparison. At least until after L dies, and then it becomes kind of a chore.
Spoilers!
I was afraid IM Games would die quickly, but I'm glad you two are invested enough.
I don't know if we're invested. We just have nothing else going on.
We just really want it. We just really want to have a career playing and talking about games. It seems like a brighter future. It seems like a path we should have taken in the first place, and are regretting that we didn't now.
That's life. A series of regrets. At least you can cry into your $4,000 a month.
Well, before I give it all away. I don't want IM Games to die. It's my favorite thing right now, says Jackie, Ohio. You know what these streams have been missing? Jeff 5-minute hate sessions. I miss those. Has Jeff been up to anything? Y'all gotta give us material to work with. Give us reasons to hate on Jeff.
I've never had a 5-minute Jeff hate session. I just have like a random, like out of nowhere, like Jeff jab.
Yeah.
That just happens to just slide in perfectly with the... I have nothing against Jeff. How can you have anything against someone who's so bland?
Wait, did you regret being a pony YouTuber that converted to an anime YouTuber? I don't legitimately regret anything, but you know, my career was originally supposed to be as a video game analyst, and then that became an extremely popular and lucrative field when I ended up doing other things instead. And like, had I gone through with my original plans to be a game reviewer, I probably would have been bigger than I was, but because I did pony stuff first and it was successful right away, because it was so easy to grow in that medium, I stuck with it. And then I went back to anime because it was what I knew more about and was more comfortable with. And like, I don't even know if I would have been able to write like amazing game reviews at the time that would have made me like popular then, but like, I certainly think there would have been more potential for growth. Now granted, I'm happy that I stuck to anime because I learned how to write really well doing that, and now I can apply that to games, but like, it's an uphill struggle to build a games analysis channel in 2018. Marion Shade says, if it's your favorite thing right now, then give them money. I agree.
Yeah. The more money we have, the longer it will go on. These are facts. Indisputable. Ever true.
Meme Manifest says, remember when Jeff tried to talk about how competitive Smash should be played with items and 3 of the best players in the world called him a moron? Remember when Jeff said anyone that defends piracy is probably a Nazi? Don't remember that.
Yeah, that seems like something I would remember.
Have you heard of Scott the Waz? He's like AVGN but young. Nope, never heard of him.
I heard that the JonTron subreddit rebranded to be about him because he hadn't made videos in so long.
Oh yeah, and they all hated him after his like white nationalist comments or whatever.
Who cares? Oh, this is the best. The battle theme just never stops when we're here.
Great. You know what you have to do, make anime video games videos. I don't know if that'll really work though. I don't know if anime fans give enough of a shit about them.
I
They're
don't
all
have the
terrible.
elements that I had bought. Son of a bitch! This sucks. They killed all the fairies. That's pretty lame.
I've been thinking of finding a new way to enjoy content. For example, when playing games, I mute them and simultaneously listen to their soundtracks so that the good songs don't get frowned out by the sound effects and being cut off. Or reading manga and only watching the anime's best animated moments. That second one is harder since I'd have to find and pick it out at first, but... ...
It's a lot of work.
Are there even any good video games based on anime? I feel like they're all just shovelware. The Ghost in the Shell game for the PS1 is good. Can you think of a good anime-based video game?
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
Yeah, there's a few popular Dragon Ball Z games. Astro Boy Omega Factor on the GBA.
Good shit. Another meteor shot. God, that would have fucked in this fight.
I can't think of any more. Will there ever be a Yotsubato anime? Well, there was the Nyanbo anime, and that was great.
Hey, someone gave
Hey,
me
we
the thing.
got $5 and it says Merry Christmas from Bill Murray and Shades. Thank
Thanks,
you.
dude.
Here's what you get for Christmas. More awkward silence and fucking Chrono Cross battle theme music that we are all very sick of hearing.
You know, it's just the way it is sometimes. Life is pain. This is teaching us all a valuable lesson about life.
Tom, have you seen the new Spider-Man?
Into the Spider-Verse, I did. It was fucking great.
What's it about?
It's about a bunch of spider people from alternate universes who all collide into one movie. And it has Spider-Man Noir, which is Spider-Man from the 1930s, who fights Nazis, voiced by Nicolas Cage. So what more can you ask for?
What's good about the movie?
Everything. It has good character development. It's got some good twists. I think the best thing about the movie is it's just fucking gorgeous. Like, it is the most comic book looking comic book movie ever. And it uses like pseudo, like it's 3D, but it uses like kind of like frame by frame animation, but not in a shit anime way, but in a good way that looks like sick. And just the shot composition is like gorgeous, and they use tons of fucking crazy colors, like over the top, like rainbow kaleidoscope crazy things, and like chromatic abrasion, and just like great effects. It's a visual tour de force, and it's probably the most inventive mainstream animated film in a long time, and I highly recommend everybody go see it.
By a long time, you mean since the Lego movie?
I would say it's visually stronger than the Lego movie, but yeah, that's probably
Holy
the last.
shit.
That's probably the last movie that really impressed me that way. And funny enough, the guys who worked on this were in charge of the Lego
I'm
movie.
aware.
So-
I'm aware.
Dude, I don't fucking know what you know.
It doesn't look like a comic book, it looks like a great animated movie. Well,
It has lots of comic book motifs.
The pig Spider-Man looks gay, but everything else looks awesome.
That's an actual thing, though. In like the old like 80s comics, there was a gag character called Spider-Ham, and he's actually pretty funny.
I feel like I should hate the token anime girl in the new Spider-Man movie, but I genuinely love her design and obvious otaku pandering.
She's a good character, too.
Who is he talking about?
Penny Parker, the anime-inspired spider character from the future.
Yo, look at her.
She looks better in fan art.
Oh god, how do I spell her name?
P-E-N-Y Parker.
I'm just getting this weird old actress and a bunch of fucking like, bizarre pictures.
Just search P-E-N-I Parker Spider-Verse. I'm sure it'll pop up.
Wait, P-E-N-I?
Yeah.
I wrote what? Oh. I mean, I don't know if I'd call her anime inspired. Like, she looks like a Japanese schoolgirl, but not like... Well, I don't know. She looks different in every fucking image of her on this goddamn Google search, so... I don't know which images are from the actual movie.
The ones that look like they had a budget attached to it, probably. There's like some group shots with all the other characters, so... The cool thing is like every character from their own universe has different like shading and stuff.
Right.
It's really cool. It's fucking sick. It's fucking good. Everybody should watch it.
Fucking, Gwen, Spider-Gwen, looks fantastic.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen, pretty good, if you know what I mean.
So the main one is Miles Morales, right?
Yeah.
They finally made a black Spider-Man movie.
They did.
I assume he's played by a black man.
I would assume so.
Because we would have heard about it, surely, if he hadn't been.
Dude, the Spider-Man movie's great and all, but we gotta talk about the biggest release of the year right now. The Neo Yokio Holiday Special came out.
I have not watched it yet.
I haven't either, but I want to. Why are you
I didn't know you were a Neo Yokio fan.
It's fucking great.
It is fucking great.
Hell yeah.
Mime thinks as The Great Gatsby would have been so much better with the sexy lolly girl in there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like everything gets a quality bump if it has a sexy anime character in it.
Copex Digiboy asks, are you ready for the 3 Psycho-Pass films? They can't be that bad, right?
I have no faith.
I mean, if they're written by Urobuchi again, they could be fine.
Are they?
I don't know.
Have they not announced it yet?
I didn't even know they were making 3 movies until this comment I
still
just
haven't
read.
watched the other movie, so... Should I watch that movie?
It's fine. If you just want to see cool action scenes, I guess.
I mean, I can appreciate that on its own. Well,
I would say it's overall forgettable as an extension on Psycho-Pass.
I mean, I'll take forgettable over
The only
offensive.
thing that's really particularly fun is that you get to see what happened to Kogami, like where he's at.
I mean, that seems like a pretty big draw to see the
Yeah.
movie.
Infinite Jest would have been so much better with the sexy tennis player girl. Doesn't it have one? At least one? Digi, why don't you only ever watch live action movies once in a fucking blue moon? Or do you? I'm just not a huge fan of them. There's just not a lot of ones that appeal to me. It's not often that a live action movie comes out and I think, wow, I'm gonna drive all the way to the theater and pay over $10 to watch that.
I mean, in our defense, the theater now is like 5 minutes away. Maybe 10.
Are you trying to say it's too far or too close?
It's too close. I mean, it's close. It's good. It's fine. Tolerable.
Yeah. I've never lived far from a movie theater.
You made it sound like it was like an arduous journey to go to the movie theater.
No. Leaving the house at all is arduous.
Okay.
Paying money is doubly so. The movies are called Psychopaths, Sinners of the System. And the first movie is about the Mika retarded bitch. Well, that'll probably be terrible. Unless they
Who's the Mika retarded bitch?
She's the girl who was like the assistant in season 2. The one who's like the dumbest character ever.
I didn't watch season 2.
She's in season 1, but like only
It's
briefly.
like a pain in the ass.
Hey, did she explain to me why the Cowboy Bebop is bad? I watch it and enjoy it. Cowboy Bebop is great.
Did anyone ever say Cowboy Bebop was bad? Like, literally anyone ever?
I don't know if he was trying to say the Cowboy Bebop movie, because I'm not a big fan of the Cowboy Bebop movie. I wouldn't say it's bad. I just don't think it's interesting. It's got great fight scenes. That's about it.
Oh dear. That's what it is, isn't it?
Jalen Harris says, I'm not donating any more money until Smash comes back. Well, have we lost Jalen Harris? Is this happening?
I mean, I'll play Smash again just to keep shitting on it and make you feel bad you wasted all your money. But I feel like that would not inspire donations either, so in which case, I will just not do it. I'm not getting any money either way at this point, right?
What the fuck are you fighting?
It's a boss, I guess.
Did you ever find the water dragon?
I'm working on it right now. I have to beat this guy and then I can fight the water dragon.
Excellent.
Oh, I might lose to this guy. This is the hard thing that they warned about in the description you were reading earlier.
Psychopaths is like my second favorite anime ever, and I still haven't dared to watch the second season. Is there any merit at all for a fan of the first season? No. There is none. Do not waste your time. The movie basically pretended that season 2 never happened, and so should you. The last stream with only Tom and Smash was so depressing. Smash is dead on this channel.
It is like an incredibly unfun game.
Are there any new games you guys are thinking of buying and streaming before the big come in March with DMC5 and Sekiro?
I don't even know what's coming out between now and then.
Yeah, let's see. Games coming out in January.
Oh.
Here are all the video games releasing in January 2018. You've got The Escapists 2, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Gintama Rumble for the PS4. That could be fun. World to the West, Deathmark, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, Kirby Battle Royale on 3DS. I don't know what that is. Lost Sphere for the PC, Switch, and PS4. I thought that was a game that already existed. That's a RPG, right? Yeah. Oh, I guess it was only out in Japan. Well, The Impatient, or Impatient, maybe? Dragon Ball Fighters? That's already out though, right?
It's coming out for Switch, I think.
No, it says PC, PS4, Xbox One. It also
Okay.
says that about Monster... Oh wait, this is January 2018. I want January 2019. So all those games already exist.
Wow.
I didn't know there was a Gintama Rumble. Alright. Why would it assume I wanted 2018? Alright, new games of 2019. Upcoming release dates. Alright. Whoa. What is Xenon Valkyrie Plus on the Switch? A roguelite platformer with RPG elements. Why am I not surprised that every indie game is that? But it has a really sexy anime girl on the cover.
Is it gonna be one of those games in that series?
Probably. I forgot about that series. Don't remind me that I have even more ideas for series. That one might be a good idea though. My sexy games with a sexy girl on the cover series. Because I mean, the clickbait potential is obvious. There is so much fucking detritus coming to the Switch.
So much what?
Detritus.
Oh, detritus.
Detritus? It's a word that means like just garbages. Bullshit filth.
Why don't you just say garbage? Why
Uh,
don't you say shovelware?
it's more... Here, let me read you the exact
I
definition.
know what shovelware means. You gotta show off.
Detritus is dead particulate organic material. Typically includes the bodies or fragments of dead organisms as well as fecal matter. Typically colonized by communities of microorganisms which act to decompose the material. So there you go, it's like dead shit. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition is coming to the PS4 and Switch. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, so it's just a Wii U game, but with more shit, I guess.
Holy shit, kid is dead as fuck. Damn.
Oh, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes is coming out in January.
That looks terrible.
Yeah, does it?
It's like a dumb little like 2D or top-down arcadey game that's not anything like the actual game.
Well,
Holy
that's
fuck, this guy is wrecking. It just did like 200 damage to everybody. Jesus fucking Christ.
Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. Don't they release one of those like every 6 fucking months?
Seems like it.
Oh god. Dragon marked for death. Alright, well most of what's coming out in January is bullshit on the Switch.
It seems to be...
And whatever Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force is. What is this?
Oh my god, a revived kid, only to have her immediately die again.
It's just an old game being re-released. More detritus. Let's see what's happening in February. We've got Etrian Odyssey Nexus. BlazBlue Central Fiction for the Switch. I don't know if that's a new BlazBlue game or just some weird fucking visual novel shit.
Who the fuck?
What is The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince? That's a new Nipponichi game, so I'm avoiding. Code Realize Wintertide Miracles. Tokyo School Line. Metro Exodus. Do you care about the Metro games at all?
I've never played anything, but they look interesting.
There's Crackdown 3 coming out.
I mean, that could be cool, but isn't that for Xbone?
Xbone and PC.
Oh. Is there any exclusives for fucking Xbox?
Didn't know, because nobody gives a shit about the Xbox. Dead or Alive 6.
I mean, Soul Calibur 6 didn't really have a lot of lasting life on this channel.
No. That was another video where I was ultimately glad I hadn't made a video because Super Bunny Hop made an incredible Soul Calibur video. So yeah. Far Cry New Dawn. I don't give a shit about Far Cry. What is Sinner? A Sacrifice for Redemption? This is on everything, so it's probably just something. What does it look
How much HP is the hand?
A boss battler action RPG with a mixed reception. Oh, it looks like it's like a wannabe Dark Souls, but on cheap and with only bosses.
Oh, I got it.
Death and Request. This says a cute girl on the cover, but more of like an anime cute girl. Death and Request takes the classic turn-based RPG and turns it on its head. Players are able to change the game's genre and switch game modes from RPG into fighting, shooter, and even a slot mode. You'll also be able to jump at will between the in-game world and the real world to investigate your missing friend, unlocking one of multiple endings. Choose wisely as lines between fantasy and reality will begin to blur. Well, that sounds interesting. What the fuck is it? Death and Request. Hasn't been reviewed yet. Comes out February 19th. Who's making? Idea Factory. Seems like they make a lot of these like cheap ass fucking animated games. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it when there's reviews. Origami Shadow Edition? Is Origami... That's not that Ninja Gaiden, no, that's Yaiba.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like Yaiba Ninja Gaiden.
Weird.
Remy Lore. Anno 1800? Is this about playing as Hideaki Anno? Opus Collection. Overkill's The Walking Dead. Path of Exile coming to PS4? Oh boy!
I think we're gonna have to go all the way back into it. Oh, are you kidding me? I have to fight him with no HP, no healables. Oh my fucking god, this game sucks my nutsack.
Tom, there's a Toe Jam and Earl revival coming soon.
I wish I was in a good enough mood to care.
Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove. On Switch, PC, PS4, everything. Oh god. What do you do? Search this shit. Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove. Whoa. Yeah, it looks like a rational way to update the aesthetic of the originals. Well, that's interesting. I don't know what the hell Left Alive is, but it looks like it's got the Metal Gear Solid character, like artwork guy did the art for it, looks like. A new mech-based action shooter from veteran developers Toshifuma Nabeshima, Yoji Shinkawa, and Takayuki Nanase.
What is this?
Who the fuck are they? Left Alive.
Looks cool. I'll buy it for $1.
I'd buy that for $1. Left Alive. Alright, let's see what this shit's about. An upcoming shooter game developed and published by Square Enix for PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows, due for release in Japan February 28th, was announced at a press conference of Sony International, whatever. Oh, it's set in the Front Mission universe. So Square Enix is developing a shooter game in the Front Mission universe that has cover art that looks like Metal Gear Solid.
I mean,
I hope it's cool.
You're checking off some boxes for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Devil May Cry 5 went out like 3 days later. Tom Clancy's The Division 2, One Piece World Seeker, They're making an American Ninja Warrior game. Zenki Zero Lost Beginning. What is this? Last. Spike Chunsoft. Oh, it's from the creators of the Danganronpa series. Not interested. Sekiro comes out on the 22nd of March. Melky and the Legendary Alchemists. Who's this guy? Koei Tecmo and Gust? What kind of game is this? Oh, it's like an atelier, like it's like a bunch of, it's like a like one of those Precure movies where all the Precures meet up, except for with ateliers. It's fucking nuts. Mario Kart Tour. Wait, it's for Android and iOS.
Wow. Can't wait to play it.
They're making a La Mulana 2. Now I'm just scrolling ahead through like all the games that have been announced, just seeing if anything that catches my attention is out there. But I mean, it definitely seems like shit's really gonna get real when DMC5 comes out, and then Sekiro, you know, only so much later. Fucking Valhalla is coming to the PS4 and Switch next year.
Interesting.
Maybe I'll play it when it comes there. Maybe I'll review specifically
When's
the
the
PS4
mech game coming out?
You mean the shooter game?
Yeah.
That one was like 3 days before DMC.
Oh, we'll
It was like
fuck
the
that.
5th.
Too late.
Shovel Knight Showdown.
I only got so much money.
Crystal Crisis. This is Astro. What is this about? Mortal Kombat 11's coming next year. Super Meat Boy Forever. Making a new Sonic Racing game.
I'm so excited.
You didn't like Sonic Racing, dude? Heard that game's really good.
Me?
I didn't play it though. Whoa, Planetarium. Planetarium's coming to the Switch. What the fuck? There's apparently a new Mech Warrior game coming out next year.
Interesting.
Mech Warrior 5.
Dude.
Literally, I am looking through every game that has been announced for next year. I want to know it all. Doom Eternal's not coming out till Q4 next year.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm glad. Give me time to get through Devil May Cry.
If we decide to get into Monster Hunter World in any time in the next year, we will be on track to talk about the Iceborne expansion pack when it comes out.
Monster Hunter does not seem like
There's also something announced for Q4 just called Pokemon Switch. I really hope that is implying that the next full Pokemon game will be on the Switch.
They've said that since... They said that when they announced Let's Go, that there's a Switch
Well,
new gen coming out next year.
I want it now. It's my money and I need it now. Alright, I can finally start reading the chat again now that I've looked through every game coming out next year. I'm confused that nothing is good. Except for Sekiro and DMC5. Let's go way the fuck back. Captain Wiggle Muncher subscribed with a tier 1 sub for the 3rd month in a row.
Woo!
So that fucking happened.
What a hero. Jump. What the fuck?
Here's the question. Why the fuck are you still playing this game? You aren't having much fun, the music is annoying as fuck, it's not well known enough to draw in new viewers to the stream, and it's really long. So if you want to play games to make videos, it makes financial sense to play shorter games, since you're already set on playing slightly obscure, older titles. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we just kind of thought it'd be nice to do a long RPG as one of our nights on the show. So that we could have that in our content. and we were both really interested in seeing all of Chrono Cross for obvious reason. Look at it. It's fucking gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's mega comfy when you're not in battles, but then you're in battles for most of the time. So, you know, we knew that there would be difficulties in trying to play a long-form JRPG, but we thought, is Tom ever going to find time to play Chrono Cross otherwise? But I don't know, man. How do you feel, Tom?
I can take it or leave it. I'll play it on my own at some point if we stop, but you know.
Is Azumi a Zoomer?
I don't even want to think about this question.
You guys should do Switch games. Everyone's on that system these days.
It's true.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god, please just click on the goddamn lily pad. Holy fucking shit, I hate these controls. Why can't I use the analog stick?
So if you were to start a Magical Girl series, an essential part of your appeal as a character would be your inner monologuing. Because if a viewer doesn't relate to the introverted way Conrad-chan talks to someone, they may relate to the more abrasive way she internally reacts to them as Maho Shoujo Digi. And if they don't relate to the extroverted way Digi interacts with her villains, they might relate to the tone of her contemplating internally how to kill them as the rational Conrad. You. Yeah, that makes sense. Digi, thoughts on writing with pen and paper? It's good. I'm a fan. The Switch's success was predicated on Wii U ports. Amongst the 3 biggest releases of its launch year, 2 were indisputably Wii U games, and Mario Odyssey was probably in development for that console at some point. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, pretty much, I think they created the Switch because they were like, oh fuck, the Wii U didn't work. And then they went, what if we just made a fucking portable console?
That's our bread and butter at this point anyway.
Yeah. It's always been their best selling shit has been their portables, you know. It was fucking genius. Central Fiction is a new BlazBlue game. Well,
I've like never played BlazBlue. Not have an anime that like sucked nut.
in the Kamina Rosyu normie to autism scale, I found out I'm a Rosyu moderate, which means I'm normie enough to hold a part-time job and go to college, but I'm enough of an autist to watch, let alone reply to this stream. I'm sick of being a moderate because I don't know what I'm good at, what do. First of all, Kamina is by no means a normie nor not an autist. Let's just write that one out of there right away. Kamina is mega an autist. He's just a Chad because he works out and has charisma. And is a mad scientist. Also, I don't think Rosie is particularly like more autistic than anybody else. Not necessarily more than Simon or Kamina. If I had to pick a normie out of the cast, it would be Yoko.
Yeah.
How long have we been streaming?
What do you dislike about this game, Tom? We've been going for 2 hours and 3 minutes. So if you want to stop,
We're getting to that point. What I don't, I hate games that are like, it's not even the exploration that's the bad part. The thing I don't like is that it's vague, but there's tons of dead ends. Like if there was like The Witcher 3, actually it's not a good example because there's a lot of like hand holding in that. But like if a game doesn't give you any direction on what to do, like a Metroid, like doesn't tell you where to go really. But like getting lost is fun because there's tons of things to discover that aren't related to the main plot. That's fine. But this game, what it does is that you could go pretty much anywhere, but only things that are relevant to the plot do anything. So you're just constantly hitting dead ends halfway through environments. And it's
That's annoying.
infuriating.
Well, we've got 69 viewers, so I'd say we call it while we're good.
Hey. Alright, that's fine.
We built up a lot over the course of this. I think probably, maybe it really was just that Monkey was streaming at the same time of us and had half of our audience or something.
I mean, I would have passed him. What's he streaming on? I thought all his YouTube channels are dead. Some Twitch,
He's
I
on
guess?
Twitch, yeah. That's the
Has
only
Twitch
place-
not deleted him yet?
Nope.
That's good. So there's one small bastion of sanity.
Well, you know.
For now.
I just don't know who he is. Alright. Let's get the fuck out of here. Fucking done.
Be the games you want to see.
I am games. I am games. On
At
Xbox.
gmail.com.